Hello, I'm Arnell DiMaandal, making headlines around the Golden State. The LAPD is investigating a freeway shooting in the San Fernando Valley that leaves one man dead. It happened just after 8 this morning on the 101 freeway near Van Nuys. Emergency crews found a car flipped over on the road. They pulled out the driver, who had a gunshot wound to the head. The victim, a man in his 20s, died at the local hospital later. Police say they have no witnesses to the shooting. Traffic on the 101 was backed up for more than 6 hours as police investigated. The fire was reported just after 1:40 at the Summer Breeze condominiums on Monroe Street. Firefighters arrived and had the blaze contained within minutes. The fire caused an estimated $25,000 in damage to the unit's attic and bathroom. Fire crews say an electrical fan motor may have caused the fire. No injuries reported. The couple and 6 children who were displaced will now stay with other family members. Hello, I'm Arnell DiMaandal, making California headlines. The lockdown at all prisons is over. Officials confirm the lockdown has been lifted at all state prisons, with the exception of inmates who are members of a Hispanic gang. Those prisoners will likely stay on lockdown through the weekend. The lockdown was called for after 2 inmates rushed 4 guards in an office and stabbed 3 of them at the prison in Tehachapi, close to Bakersfield. And in Chino, a dozen inmates were hurt in the brawl at the California Institution for Men. None of the injuries were life-threatening. A spokesperson said some Hispanic prisoners attacked white inmates in their barrack-style dorm. The men had all been confined to their dorm since yesterday. A guard in Chino says the fight is not related to the stabbing attack into
Highway 86 is known as the killer highway, but the California Highway Patrol says that's not so. The highway is just like any other road here in the Coachella Valley. The only difference is that this is a rural road. That fire happened during the pre-dawn hours, but let me tell you, you can still smell the scent of afterburn. Take a look at all this destruction that the fire brought. Let me bring you around this way. We're in the garage area where a lot of damage can be seen right when you drive up this road. Take a look at this car here. This is the house where it all happened, an ordeal that lasted close to 4 hours, as you mentioned. That murder suspect that was taken away was also reportedly an LA gang member.
I answered it, but he wasn't there, and I waited and waited, and there was no connection, and that was the last I heard.
It has been 4 days since Joan Christie got that call from her husband, Dean. The couple just moved into their new home after losing the original one to last year's wildfires. Now, Joan faces a different crisis.
I tried to look for every moment of daylight and relish in this daylight to give the searchers time to find him.
Back again.
Searchers have been combing the mountains near Green Valley Lake for the missing hiker after Dean personally called 911 to say he was lost.
We're going to be going up here. We have the rest of the Antelope Valley Search and Rescue team. We're going to be a team of 8. We should be at the campground right here, and we'll launch off. Basically this area right over here.
This is the area where Dean Christie started his fateful walk Friday. That was the time that those winter storms were just kicking in. At that time, the visibility was so bad because of the fog, probably about 20 to 25 feet. And that's the reason Christie got disoriented and was lost.
Friday, he got rained on. The last 2 days, well, Saturday and Sunday, he got a lot of snow. But being a survivalist, I'm sure that he's hunkered down.
Because the weather cleared up and with more resources on the ground and in the air, search crews feel confident they'll find the former school teacher and survivalist soon. With search teams covering these mountains day and night, Joan Christie hopes it's just a matter of time before a happy reunion.
I love you, and we all love you.
In the San Bernardino Mountains, Arnell DiMaandal, News Channel 3. Take a look at all this trash. All this after an SUV slammed into this wall, creating a big hole in the wall. It's since been boarded up, but it seems it's going to be a while before this is permanently fixed. Workers kept busy doing a quick fix.
Oh, this whole wall has to be replaced.
And cleaning up the mess. All this after witnesses say a white Ford Ranger smashed into the rescue mission's laundry room.
We had gas spewing out into the laundry room and there was electricity sparking. So it could have been, by the grace of God, it could have been a lot worse. You know, it could have ignited, it could have exploded.
Michael McCarthy considers himself lucky to suffer just a broken foot.
I could hear a car engine revving outside.
Michael was checking his laundry here in this dryer when that car came crashing through. The impact threw him against this wall. He didn't even know what happened until much later.
I remember reaching for the dryer, and the next thing I knew, I was on the floor.
The Ford Ranger and its 2 occupants took off immediately after the crash. It damaged the gas line and disabled the laundry room. The showers are back on, but it took a few hours after the crash before they got hot water running again. No word yet how much all this is going to cost. And until everything's up and running again, looks like the mission's stuck with a big hole in the wall and a whole lot of dirty laundry.
We have no way to wash our clothes from last night, from the people coming into our receiving our service from last night, or we have no way of washing clothes for today.
The vehicle is described as a late model white Ford Ranger with California license plates, last 4 numbers 3612.
That's part of the nostalgic factor.
Step inside this confectionery court and you're a kid all over again. It's a tribute to everything sugared and carbonated. Soda pop is an American icon. Refreshing blasts from the past like Dr. Brown's celery soda, Nesbitt's, or what about a more contemporary Rat Bastard?
Do you have the ever-famous red cream soda?
I do have red cream. Dad's red cream right here.
Tucked away in Idlewild, Shannon Thomas operates this carbonated heaven with the zeal of a museum curator.
I tried to have something from every state, so no matter where somebody grew up, they'd have something that they remember from being a kid.
Check this one out.
And the name of it is Looks Like Orange, Tastes Like Grape. Because it looks like orange and tastes like grape.
By far, the most popular drink is root beer. It's about 1/3 of the 130 soda varieties here. Everything from root beer balls to root beer kits to the new microbrewed kind.
That's the new trend. Breweries that originally only made beer now make soda, microbrew soda pops.
Of course, the specialties are the classics.
Moxie is from all across the country, originated in Maine, the oldest soda.
You know, it's hard to believe Moxie has been around since the turn of the century. They are originally sold in bottles this big. Traveling salesmen would go around selling them for headaches or stomach aches or whatever else they could think of.
That's what I go for. I like good root beer.
Lots of the sodas are sweetened with honey, some with pure cane sugar.
So whatever you fancy, in whatever state it comes from, color or classic version you prefer, sit back and pop open that cold one. Soda pop is the all-time feel-good drink.